Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So Amber Heard's filing for the appeal has sort of came and went. Happened on Friday. She posted like a holding bond to file the appeal. Basically, here's some money to file some paperwork. We're planning the appeal. And then there was reports that on Monday she would have to file the full bond, which is like $10.35 million. Mondays came and went. Obviously, we're on Thursday now. So I appreciate I'm late on this, but I wanted to wait and see, watch the dust settle, as it were. Just wait and see, basically, see what happens. And also because I can't get clear-cut confirmation from anyone on this. But Monday came and went. She didn't give $10.35 million to Virginia, of course, to the judicial system. But Johnny Depp did. Johnny Depp filed his appeal, and he gave them $2 million. It was like, here you go. Now, the difference is that Johnny Depp, having done that, still going through his appeal process, can now start collecting money. Apparently, from what I can tell. Amber Heard, from what I can tell, from what I can read, because again, there's multiple lawyers covering this on YouTube, on Twitter, all over the place, and there's multiple articles. And each is somewhat contradictory, but from what I can tell is that she can still go through the appeal. Apparently she didn't need to file the full amount. The full amount was filed, or needs to be filed, so she can start collecting her $2 million. She hasn't done that, so she can't. But she can still apparently appeal, allegedly. This is, from what I can tell, from everyone talking about it, and the general census is that. But the funny thing is it's looking like nearly everyone that's covering this, in terms of actual real-world lawyers, is going, yeah, that her appeal's not going to work at all. It's a farce, but it's a smart, strategic move, which is, conniving Amber Heard through and through. Amber Heard appealing Depp verdict, a smart, strategic play, says a lawyer. Now, Newsweek have two lawyers in on this, and they also just cover a brief overview. But Amber Heard is making a smart and strategic move by appealing the verdict of a defamation battle against Johnny Depp, according to a legal expert. The Aquaman actress officially filed a motion on Thursday at the Circuit Court of Fairfax County to appeal the defamation trial ruling she lost to her ex-husband Johnny Depp. Now, Heard had this in her statement: "We believe the court made errors that prevented a just and fair verdict consistent with the First Amendment. We are therefore appealing the verdict." Nonsense. But a spokesperson for Depp responded to the motion, telling Newsweek last week that his team is confident in the jury's decision, as anyone would be. And then obviously Johnny Depp subsequently filed his own appeal for the Adam Waldman statements, which again makes perfect sense. And why wouldn't you do that? Like, of course you would. Apparently there's a massive advert on this page. That's absolutely fantastic. Love it. Can't get enough of adverts. They're the best things ever. But anyway, Newsweek has since spoken with two lawyers about the case. One of them said that Heard's decision to appeal the verdict is the right thing to do from a financial point of view, but both said the appeal is unlikely to be successful. So basically everyone has the general census that, oh yeah, no, it's not going to go through, but it's smart. During the blockbuster trial, both parties were found liable for defamation. The jury awarded Depp $10 million in damages and only $2 million to Heard. And since the decision, Heard fought unsuccessfully for a retrial, citing issues with the June ruling. I mean, it was an appeal by proxy. That's what she was doing. And then obviously subsequently appealed. Heard attempted to request a retrial on the basis that the original trial was illegitimate, citing several different reasons, including an allegation that one juror had committed fraud. All of the claims, including the issues with the juror, were ruled to be insufficient, which I love. I love Penny Azkaradi's statements about this. She just cuts through all the BS. It's great. Now, attorney Andrew M. Lieb said he agreed with Heard's team's moves, but he stressed that her appeal isn't a slam dunk by any stretch of the imagination. Amber should 100% appeal her defamation trial loss against Johnny Depp because she has an as of right ability to file an appeal with the Court of Appeals of Virginia, and failing to make the filing is an acknowledgement that she is stuck with a $10.35 million verdict against her. So it's a formality. It's like when they stood up in court halfway through and was like, oh, hey, can we have the case tossed out, please? There's insufficient staff. And they were like, well, no, obviously not. It's just because you can. You do it because you can. You might as well. So it's a formality. She's arguing improper juror service, but only on a technical basis, and absent a casual showing that the sitting of the juror resulted in bias or prejudice against the verdict will not be reversed. Simply, it's a difficult appeal because the Court of Appeals gives deference to the trial judge who already refused an application for a retrial on this issue. So they're just going to go, well, no, obviously not. We're not doing that. So nevertheless, Lieb called the appeal a smart strategic play because it may give Heard the leverage she needs to negotiate a reduced judgment with Mr. Depp's attorneys. I really hope they don't. Brian Wagner, a partner at McLaughlin O'Hara, Wagner and Kendall LLP, agreed that Heard having a successful appeal would be a rare and unlikely event. This notice of appeal is just a preliminary step. I expect the actual predicted appeal will be much more specific and focused on limited trial issues. The difficulty in an appeal is not only proving the court erred, but also that the error caused a big enough error that the verdict was likely impacted. In short, that is rare and unlikely in this case. Basically, ain't going to happen. Now, Newsweek contacted Heard and Depp for comment representatives, but no one spoke to anyone, so can't really get any of that. But there you have it. I mean, you know, this is not exactly going to, you know, this isn't going to go the way she thinks it's going to go. Highly unlikely to happen anyway. But as it stands, that's where we're at. Depp has filed it. Depp has filed the $2 million. It's looking like he can start collecting. Heard can't file bankruptcy. It's not the way you get out of this. Not a retrial, but an appeal is good because it sets a legal precedent. So this case cannot be used by other cases. You can't cite this case. But if it goes through the appeal process, it can become a legal precedent, which means it can be cited, which is great news for anyone being a victim of this type of malicious activity that, you know, Amber Heard was found guilty of, basically, defamation. So there's loads of pros and cons to all of this, but I hand it on over to you. What do you think? Let me know down below. She ain't going to win. She ain't going to win. Cheers, guys. Take care. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out my Teespring store. Supporting the channel via this way does go a long way. But also, not only that, you do get to wear some awesome merch. These are one-of-a-kind designs designed for me by my graphic designer. We, of course, have our Clown World line, which is in mugs, hoodies, t-shirts. We've got Space Jeebus. And then for something a little bit different, we, of course, have right down at the bottom right here, we have our Pulsar GTIR. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out and supporting my second channel, which is Car Nonsense. This is a vlog and car channel. You can find links to this in the description box, along with my Teespring. Please do consider supporting.